start up your system, you wait for it to actually stabilize everything. So when it starts monitoring,
The normal, you know how to do that. This is just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
normal.
yeah. So measuring your happiness. So
But
then-
this will be with it connected to the cylinder.
Yeah.
well, as
So-
easier now.
Yeah.
Set up here, start it
It's
up,
just-
let it wait for it to warm up.
And it'll
It's
stabilize to the
fine.
zero
It will
air
stabilize
background.
to the
Yeah.
zero air background.
Sorry
Okay, so
to disturb. Can we use
Yes.
a practical sample?
Oh, for the next example, I think
Yeah.
we're going to do that. Yeah. I
Okay,
think it's
let's-
going to show us. Yeah.
let's do. I'm gonna.
You're going to run us through another. Have we got time to run us through one more sequence?
One question.
Yes.
Can I just ask, are these errors here?
Yeah, no,
Or
that was a valve sequencer because the valve sequencer is not connected. I had it open.
Okay.
So it's the valve sequencer is the one for the multiplexer.
Yes.
That's we're not using it yet.
Okay. That's
I had it open. That's why it says.
Okay.
okay.
So
It's
that
already
shouldn't.
close, yeah.
Okay.
That specific error, it's not a big
It
deal.
shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. You see, both of them is to do with the valve sequencer because you couldn't find the
valve
Find
switches.
yeah, that's why it's there. Okay, so when you start up your system, your system will basically do what it's done. I just want to close this one as well. So you'll see now. It will go through that. So make sure it's got all the tick marks on there.
We're taking a video.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they've done it many times
Yeah.
with the main
It's-
Picasso. Yeah.
It's the same as when you're in a trailer, but you need to start this software first.
Yeah, that's
So you will see now there we got all our measurements.
It's already on the correct
So
pressure and
at the
temperature.
moment it's already there. So that's also I do just show the instrument status. So I can see it's green, so it's happiness. So you can see now it's the lock and it starts to measure. So once it measures, it will switch over from this to your measurements of your nitrous oxide, CO, methane, and water, okay, like that. This way you know your system is now ready to actually start working. So the next thing that you're going to do is, you'll see here it says read SSIM pressure. Okay.
So now we need to.
This is all in the manual as well. Hey?
Yeah.
You're just running this through.
So you just click on it, you'll see it will run through a testing and then it will tell you that it actually picked it up. So you will see just a little bit, there will be a little flash of light there, so it means it's communicating there. It will be at COM14, the specific one. Because you take it off and put it on, you will most probably put it in another USB port and then it will pick it up at a different COM port. So don't be concerned too much about it, as long as it picks it up. You see there,
External sensor
You see there?
found.
at
fault.
COM
For
14.
14.
Okay, so
I
that means at
14
14.
is just the number of one of the USBs on the back.
On the
'cause there
back.
are
The moment
loads.
where it's plugged in.
Yeah.
Next time you're going to plug it into something
A different
else.
one, yeah.
It
Just
will
say-
say COM10 or something like
Yeah.
that. As long as it says it found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you do know nothing, you can just minimize this.
Okay, so that's
So you
good.
just let it be.
Minimize, don't close it.
Yeah, just minimize it.
So it's found the sensor.
Yeah, so it looks at the sensor itself. So now you're going to run your coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So your coordinator, it is this a small sample for the 2508. And you launch it. Okay, so here it asks you now, so what we set it to, it is number 2 is you don't use the 16 port manifold. So if you
Oh yeah, because you can also use this on a sort
yes.
of multiplexer for the small
Yes.
samples. But we haven't got one,
So if you're using the number of sample ports between 1 and 8, so we're only using 1 but we're not using the multi-port. So you just leave that at 1. Number of repeats per sample is 1, and number of repeats of standard is 1.
0.
But between 0 gaan ons om 0 maak.
Yeah, it was 0 the previous time. I think it's reset
Okay,
to the
so
start every time. So
then we
here
just-
on page 46,
Okay, so it shows you in
It
there.
explains to
it
you.
explains why each one is. It explains
we
it in
change
more
that
So
detail.
this is where it's giving you the facility if you want to do replicates and you want to do the same sample like 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now again, standard mode. We
So-
take the beginning and end.
So remember, every replicate is a 50-minute cycle, eh? So you don't,
Yeah.
you're not doing this.
So that
No.
one will be number 2, and then your mode is 1 time, which will be 1,
Because we're not at
and your speed is a standard and a fast. The standard is 12 minutes and the fast is 8 minutes. So we use it and leave it at 12, just to slow it down. Then your sample loading is by syringe. So it will be number 3.
Number 3, okay. Automatic manual syringe.
And then there's no
No
sorry,
dilution.
no dilution.
Never quite understood that dilution method,
Yeah.
but anyway.
If it's a really, really small sample,
Yeah.
You don't want to dilute. with it.
Okay, I was going to say, well, yeah, that's what confused me. It talks
Yes.
about a dilution for small samples.
Yeah,
I
but
think what it's saying is it dilutes the normal
Yes.
samples. And it's
Yeah.
turning it
so
off.
when you have
small
your
samples.
multi-port in here, that's when you will use that dilution. Because then you've got a big sample that you can.
Okay.
So we say number
No
1 loading.
dilution.
Okay, so once I press that OK, it comes up with this coordinator. So now your reference gas is your 2508.
Yes, I was
Okay,
gas, okay.
Okay, this is stuff you need to remember. You
okay, so let's just move this quickly.
get straight to that needle.
yeah, that's what Bob was like. You sure this thing is
Okay,
working?
let's just.
I think I want to
Very
run
hard.
actual
Are we
sample.
still using the blade or?
What do you
Wait,
want to use?
Do you want to use a real sample now?
Yeah, a real sample.
Have you got a
Okay,
real
somebody
sample?
choose one.
Yeah, we have.
I put in the, you can select one, it's on the left, yeah.
Is it the T0 or T?
T0.
Yeah, well, this is
We
what.
can start with T0.
There's
then
alle-
do
alle
the T.
Yeah, see, this is where. This is your physical sample now.
Yeah.
So, now this is where. Sorry to stop the conversation. This is where I will have the needle this side
Yeah.
and install it that way.
Yes, because you reduce the thickness. Because now we're going to pick it in.
Yeah, but my reading of the manual was that you can't do that because you have to allow the pressure equalisation with the syringe.
Yeah, but
Because you
that,
can suck in the syringe, but if you stick that on,
yeah, but that's my point that I'm making. You may need to make sure that this thing is clear. You understand? So for when we
I mean, it hasn't got any residual sample.
exactly.
Yeah,
So we have to. You see, this needle is not just.
you've got to empty it.
Yeah.
No, they're not ideal. That's why I ordered the proper gas
Yeah, yeah.
syringes. Those things are,
So we're gonna stick this in and then
yeah, and then pull out 60,
pull out that.
although there's only 20 in there. But
Yeah. There's only 20, but we pull out 60.
I'll
No,
pull it
you
out
don't
as far as you
Yeah.
can.
No, we're gonna empty it as far as we can.
Yeah.
No, they don't go in nicely. I don't like those needles. There's got to be a better way. But they're the recommended ones because they got the side, the hole on the side.
That's what
Let's see what.
rather than have
what
the
is happening.
second there, we'll put the syringe side there and we'll put the bottle onto it. But then,
Well, I
The
just,
same.
I mean, you have a look at the manual. The
Yeah,
manual
yeah, no, I
is-
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
but you can taste it.
So you can
Don't
see
taste it with an ice
Yeah.
Just
it's
taste it
actually
with a
pushing
fork.
it now.
Look. Ah.
It's injecting itself.
Yeah, it's injecting itself now. So we're vacuuming it now. So you need to actually feel this. That it actually, because you can see now it's pulling backwards now again. So it
Hey.
means that's under vacuum now.
So what is
They're 20 ml
this?
vials, so it
So yes.
shouldn't soak
So
the
there,
old
you,
20.
there you'll
Yeah,
see.
it's gonna soak
Now it's
Unless it,
back
was,
at
unless
20.
it was under pressure.
Yeah, now it's you can see it's back at 20.
Yeah.
But they're
So
supposed to
because
be slightly, when you collate sample, you're supposed to inject a bit more.
Yeah.
Rather have it over pressure.
So I pulled it a bit further
Yeah.
And then it,
and then
You
it
pull
pulled
it back
back,
to
so
20.
it tells you that volume is 20. Okay, but now you need to be quick.
Okay.
Because the moment you
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
this out, you actually,
Oh,
Losing,
we've got
some will
we have the
moving.
ones with the
yeah, there's the one with
with
the
the little
valve.
valve on. Yeah.
The
you need
closing
to-
one.
We do
but
that.
it's fine. Remember now that we're talking about
Yeah.
perfume,
Okay.
you can just put it in.
Yeah.
Ali.
So we'll
But I
just,
mean, it's not going to come out very quickly.
Reference gas.
But yeah,
Okay, so yeah, so it's fine now. So it says
Okay.
reference gas. You can't choose the other one because you don't have the two
Yeah,
1 3
yeah.
2.
yeah.
So we'll just choose that one and
Okay.
we'll say okay.
Okay.
So now we have
so that is hook up all your sample bags or syringes with valve closed. So it means, that's what I'm
if we had
saying.
the valve within
If we had a valve in now,
Yeah,
it will stay closed. Because you will see now, once we start here, you will see that 3 mil
Pulling. Okay.
pulling.
Okay, where you go?
That's why you keep that close.
Yeah, okay.
So
Okay.
it says keep it closed, okay?
Okay.
So now you're going to say control.
Control.
So we should
And
be using this with the
assume.
valve on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
You
that
see,
was also
you
my
can see.
concern now when you pull it out
Yeah.
to transfer there.
Is that going in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll see now it will actually pull a little bit of
Like
it.
three.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So now if the valve is closed, it's only going to pull what's in the syringe.
So at the same time, I want to see what we see have here is because we've got a very low 0.025 difference here. So you'll see that equals out now.
as soon as the sample gets.
Yeah, so it looks like a lot of wiggle, but,
Yeah.
very,
But it's
but
not.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
not a lot of
Okay, so
Very
please
little
open
going
all the
on.
sample bag or syringe valve and select resume. So now you open your valve
Mm-hmm.
and you say resume again.
Resume again. Because you don't
But
have.
if you had the valve closed for that first step,
First
it's
step.
not purging with sample, it's purging with
the
zero
The-
air.
mm.
Yeah.
We don't deal with our sample.
Yeah. But we could, I mean, if we're going to do time, if you, for the next one, you can use the valve. Sorry.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Yeah.
The one of the containers.
Yeah.
There is a syringe that hasn't.
Yeah, yeah. So that you just open it while you take out the sample, and you close it again while you're injecting it into there. Yeah, yeah, this one. Yeah, there you go.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Just like
I've jabbed myself with
pointing
it.
here,
I've
or
already
like
skewered
this,
myself
rather
on
just
one of
put
those.
it down
Yeah, yeah.
now.
So you said it measures for how many minutes?
12. But
There's a quick
then,
one
And
with
then
the
the 3
date.
minutes
Yeah.
is the purging, and then the 8 minutes is
So
next.
what do you think the
No,
trade-off
the
is
8
there
minutes
then?
is the
Because these guys are going to have a lot of samples, so they'd obviously rather do 8 than 12.
well, they
don't
need to actually, in the beginning, what they can do is run a 12, run a 8. And compare
You
it.
just see if it gives you a different result.
Mm.
And if 8 is good enough, then it's going to take you less time, save
Yeah.
you 5 minutes per sample. Instead of 10 minutes per sample, 15, it'll be 10. Near enough. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you've got 100 samples to do, it's
It's
going to save you a few hours.
yum.
So this is going to be one of those tasks where you're going to want to multitask. Otherwise, you sat watching it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, do this and then
Yeah.
study for something else.
Working on your literature
Work on
review.
your literature
Yeah,
review,
yeah.
read something, or analyze the water.
Indeed. Yeah.
Analyze the water. Or prep the water samples.
Are there any steps though that you have to be watching for, or it'll always give you a prompt, so you just come back and say, I need
No,
to-
you have to physically watch it because
But
it's going
it
to
has
wait for
the
you.
prompt.
It gives you a prompt on this one, so
Yeah.
you can see now it. So this will be then this solenoid valve is physically inside.
Yeah. State A starts, state B starts. I mean, it looks like, if you haven't watched
You
this,
can
it looks
already-
like it's giving you an instruction,
Yeah,
but it's not. It's just telling
just
you what's
setting
happening.
the valve
Yeah.
on the inside. Yeah.
Oh, this is very useful.
I will just figuring this out will take me quite a while on my own.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because that looks like it's telling you to do something. Like, why do I set the solenoid valve? Well, it's actually doing it itself.
No. So now it tells you, please begin to inject the contents of the syringe and select resume under
And
control when
injection
injection.
complete.
So we're going to push that thing, but we're going to push this thing fully in.
Push, inject the sample.
The last 3.
No, it's not really. We can maybe up to there.
Yeah, it's not like 20 mils. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Then-
now stay so, then now you say you resume under control when
Control,
injection is
So where do you
complete.
resume?
So you
Control.
can control
Control. Oh,
There
okay.
you
and then resume.
All right, so that's just like a little manual.
So
each
now,
step.
there's your 3 minutes of preparing that piece of pipe work in there.
180
Before start
seconds
measuring.
So
before
now
measuring.
you can just you can just minimize this
Mhm.
and you can just watch it here.
Okay, so for 3 minutes it'll ramp.
You will see the
As
ramp.
it's sort of mixing the zero air and that sample starts to go through.
Yes, there you
Yeah.
can see.
There you go.
Which probably thought I would need it. Is it a maybe?
Vat my laptop se power supply.
That you,
iPhone. Yeah, but I've got a new iPhone.
Kijk, jy het nie van my voor. Ek sien maar. Ja. I got a new laptop. Well, I got that laptop a couple of years ago because I specifically asked for the smaller one because we had this big one. Yeah, because I'm always running on, so I don't know, I love this whole thing around. So I asked him next time they take me, I want the smaller one. So they gave it to me and then they changed the power supply because I'm famous for losing power supply. Everywhere I go, I buy another one.
Uses phone chargers, I think, three.
And then when we got our new iPhones, I changed from the old plug to the new one to a C plug. So I said, okay, but this thing is okay, it's working fine. Then I actually left my charger at the office. I was down in Cape Town. I had to run around trying to find a place that sells a charger with a C plug. So okay, I think I found one at Matrix or something like that, but it was quite expensive.
Yeah.
But now I got two. That's why the second one is now in the bag, always at the bottom.
So this is a 3-minute ramping machine
Yes.
again, yeah?
Okay, so if you go back to this
Whose
one.
data is this? Yours, Ali? Is this from the Val?
No, it's from Whiskey.
Wow. You know about what from last year?
No.
Yeah, you went by it yourself?
Yeah, I went. It was
I know, I remember you telling me you'd been just to take some trial samples. Yeah, you guys were going to sample in December. I mean, I'm basically away after tomorrow. I'm back very briefly next week. So if you want chambers, wire size, anything, there's going to be nobody in the department after tomorrow. Well, no, Daenerys is here till Friday, but only in the mornings. We'll make a plan in the morning, yeah. The vacuum pump, yeah. So you send me a list, because it's all in the trailer at the moment. And I was going to tell me tomorrow whether the trailer is going to evolve on next Monday or not. That's the thing about gas samples, your labelling. Has nobody done my white tape labelling thing either? You guys don't believe me. That's a label those vials. Electrical tape trick. Why electrical tape? Did you make it? You're right, the mug pages will come off.
Don't open it, let me finish them.
And then it just sits there and measures for 12 minutes. And then
Yeah,
you
well,
just take an
yeah.
average.
It tells you.
Remaining
Elapsed
40,
time.
450
Remaining
seconds.
time.
Yeah, so that was your measurement buffer.
Yeah. Cleared.
That you see there, so
Put in
cleared,
time and it's
and
going
now
to count down every 30 seconds.
Yeah, every 30 seconds it's usually. So 456, 7.5 minutes.
Yeah. None of it is difficult really, it's just getting familiarity with the different interfaces, isn't it? And the little, like the command line prompts and see the CO2 is quite high there, and this is just a baseline sample. It
600.
should be what, 4 ambient is what, 430?
Yeah, isn't it? 400. Yeah.
That's strange.
It depends where you took it.
Yeah, also. Yeah, it should be around.
If you took the ambient in the wetland at the edge of the thing, it could be a lot higher than atmospheric background. But that's correct, because that's your starting point for your flex measurement. But that's why, I mean, that's all in itself. That's interesting because it'd be very tempting to just say, I'll just use ambient, I'll just use 430 or whatever it is, it's going to start. But you do actually have to take a sample because depending on where you are,
Makes a difference.
it does make that's a hell of a difference.
So although they say 0 air, decay is still a bit high on that saloon.
Yeah, I don't
2.6,
know.
yeah.
I must admit, I think at Afrox, I don't think they had more than one option for 0 air. But when you read the Picaro thing, you can get like analytical grade,
Yeah, you can.
which
You
is
can
presumably
improve
10
it.
times the price.
Yep. What we have in our workshop, we have a scrubber which removes the.
Okay.
Because we do some of our hydrocarbon analyzers where we need a technical 0 to make sure it's 0, 0.
So you think this is sufficient for our purposes?
Well, you got the reference from it, so there's
Yeah.
2.6. You can see it's a
Yeah.
standard there. So, but that's why it pulls it down. So you can see here there's a 0.4 difference. So there is a little bit lower off
Okay. So the 0 air is actually higher methane than the.
exactly in the
Yeah.
sample.
But that's so you keep for methane, you can get negative fluxes, can't you? So you can get.
Well, your
oxidation.
methane and your CO2
And
is
it's a very clean
it's a
site.
carbon, so
A very clean.
both are carbon, so it should be somewhere. What do you call it? Like a relationship between it.
I don't think you see a negative methane flux in a polluted dam. I'm thinking of.
I thought I'd seen it in some of the
Really?
papers, yeah. Isn't it very diurnal? You read more of the papers than I have.
The diffusion, you know, like there might be methane.
So they are very long.
You get methanotropes, don't you? You get some bugs that eat methane.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I got negative fluxes. I got my flux alone.
Well, you'll definitely get negative for CO2, for
Oh,
sure. That goes up during the day.
oh,
Should be sucking up CO2 because the plants are growing and the algae are growing.
oh.
And then at night they'll release.
Also, negative fluxes is a thing.
No, it is definitely.
Oh.
Whereas Ali says it's most important for CO2, has a very strong diurnal cycle.
Oh.
But for methane, it's supposed to be less important. So on the floating chamber data sets, I never did send that email to Blake
Oh.
to see where our pondies had gone. It disappeared off the website. Yeah, but we've ordered these pretty well. I think I'm hoping I'm going to get funding to order some automated chambers. They're much less sensitive than this thing. They're made by an Australian firm, and they have they're floating buckets, but they have a venting mechanism and an internal fan, and they do CO2, methane, N2O,
But
and they're about 20 grand each or something in grams.
you know, on Brenton's dissertation, I read that apparently 11 of the
You can see the initial deviation
No,
is
they're
0.1.
I think he made it. Brenton made it.
That's why I said there's a little bit of more.
He made
You understand actually what's happening there. So this will be,
Yeah, Al Graham,
yeah,
They are
he
level
gave
two.
us two.
like the
Not 11, he
methane.
gave us two. The one got
0.18, so you can see there
sunk at Westdean Dam and killed the electric.
2.62. So your deviation is 0.18,
That was the gift from University of Queensland.
and it's averaging of 2.4,
Funding to buy
which means
section 10.
No.
that 60 to 20 is 40, so half of it's 20, so it's from the highest to the lowest, so they take a mean
These ones I'm talking about.
reading for it.
Most of it, how many shops around? That's all that procurement. That's the only place you can buy. To my knowledge, you need. Their job to tell me I'm wrong. They must
And
get
the
other quotes.
slope is which slope?
The slope will be that
Is it?
the
Yes,
the
the actual measurement.
Well, I'm
no, that if it's the angle basically,
Yes, yes,
how
yes.
quickly it
Yes.
changes.
Yes. So but where is this thing getting this number from? Is it from here or where does it go?
I don't know exactly where it gets it from, but that minus you can see because it's lower, that side is lower than this side. See, these are all picked up, so that's why it's in a positive slope, sloping upwards.
Yes.
That one is the only one that went down. That's
Okay,
why it
the
gives you a
measurement.
negative slope. So there you can see there's your measurement, so that will be your results. So if it gives you a rate like that, you've done the measurement, although it's still measuring.
Let's
If you
see.
go back there, there's your result there.
It's already there. So measurement is
So
finished.
So this is finished, and then you close this one.
Okay.
Then it will take that data and put it in the data file. So that you'll see now when I close this, the moment I close it, see it's shutting down. So it takes the data and it writes it
The log.
into the log, which will be there.
You get it,
Your
the logs
data
is
shortcut.
there, SSS there,
So it will be the last one.
talk button there.
Well, there's a text file and the CSV. So it converts it for you both in a CSV and in a text file.
It gives it two.
Yeah.
Okay. There is this.
Sorry, it's not. So this one, this text file is the actual. That's what happened. So, the
So it takes the
CSV
first
is
one,
the.
concentrations.
There we go. So there's your. So your CO2 was 675, standard 3.15, and you can take this data, chuck it into an Excel file.
For everything you want.
Yeah. So basically, if you look at it, there's your sample
to
one.
number
That's the time
one,
when
you
it
have to
started.
Record the times. Okay.
So you know that that's all your notes that you need to make.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's basically it. Yeah.
You said this is the time we started, or this is the time we ended? I think it's
This
the
is time we ended, yes.
Oh,
Okay. And
Yes. It will always be the time that it ends.
So can we then just like, since we did choose